Welcome back inside the shoe in this presentation of the South Atlantic Conference on the Bear Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing. We've got ourselves a good one today on this Saturday afternoon from Schuford Gymnasium as the Tusculum Pioneers come in to take on the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Eric Bach, Blake Simmons, so glad you're with us on this Saturday before Christmas. And Blake, the Bears have been so close in their last two. A 2-point overtime loss at Catawba, 3-point loss here on Wednesday night to Anderson in a game that they really felt like they should have won. Make a couple more shots down the stretch, it goes the other way. And it doesn't get any easier today as an NCAA tournament team and Tusculum comes in here. But the Bears are confident. They're feeling good about where they are, especially offensively, and they feel like they can go toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the SAC today in Tusculum.
Yeah, and I feel like they should feel like that. They got the wing it. I mean, you can always fall back to that,
Sure.
They were able to beat them here at home. I mean, they're one of the top teams in conference right now.
Right.
And like you said, they're right there. I mean, they're a couple possessions away the last two games from, 2 wins and 2 less losses, and the record looks completely different. So they have no reason not to be confident coming into today. Even though, Tusculum's a good team, but you got to beat good teams if you want to be successful in this conference and nationally. So it's a good opportunity for LR today to get a win against a good team.
It's a Tusculum team that's coming off a win against Newberry after a couple of losses in a row to Queens and that Wingate team. Wingate beat Tusculum by 17 points just a couple weeks ago. So Tusculum's good, but they're mortal, but they have one of the best, if not the best player in the SAC in Trenton Gibson, the reigning SAC Player of the Year, over 21 points per game. He's obviously the focal point defensively for LR.
Yeah, like you said, reigning SAC Player of the Year. If you're talking about best player, he's in every argument, and he might be at the top. It feels like he's been around forever.
Yeah.
Obviously, the COVID year helps that, but yeah, it feels like he's been around 8 years as opposed to 4 or 5. So, like you said, good. Like what you said, good opportunity. You're gonna have to beat a good team and beat a good player, maybe the best player in the conference. So, it's a good opportunity for LR tonight to get back on the right track.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Bears, who had a couple of changes in their starting lineup before the Anderson game, but this is the same 5 that we saw in the Anderson game. Malik Lagania, Sal Wilson, Jalen Johnson, the leading scorer, point guard. Kevin Kangu, who I think is the key to this game today. He had his worst offensive game of the year against Anderson. Only scored 2 points and didn't make a 3. If he's going offensively, the Bears are a little bit different team because the options are big, but I want to talk about TJ Naismith, who's put up double figures in his last 3, has really asserted himself in the front court for the Bears.
Yeah, I know we talked about him at length last game against Anderson, but TJ's really coming on. He's huge. Huge if he can be as productive as he's been for the Bears. And like you said, Kevin, get him back on track. And then Malik getting inserted into the starting lineup, I think, just gives a little more athleticism. I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see him start out on Trenton Gibson, just give him a little more size and that kind of thing, just to try and give him some problems.
Take a look at Tusculum's starting lineup as well, as the Pioneers come in off the win over Newberry. Starting lineups presented by Everett Chevrolet. Justin Mitchell at forward, Crump and Hobbs also, and Mitchell and obviously Trenton Gibson. But you talk about Gibson over 21 points per game. Jacob Hobbs had 22 points at Newberry. The junior from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, transferred in from Lipscomb. It's head coach J.T. Burton in his 4th season on the bench for the Pioneers has really built himself a good roster of experienced players, both players that grew up at Tusculum and players that grew up other places. He's really built a really strong program for the Pioneers.
Absolutely. He's done a good job. With transfers and freshmen just kind of building this team into one of the top teams in the conference.
So Naismith and Brandon Mitchell tip it off, and here we go. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Tusculum took the women's game by 10, 58-48. These two, by the way, the two top 3-point defensive teams in the league. And the first shot is missed short by Mitchell. And a fight for the ball tipped around and grabbed by Kangu after Hobbs was right there. Hanging around shoot-around today. The Bears think that they have an advantage size-wise over KJ Crump. You see him on the ball right there, 13 in black, only 5'7", as Naismith takes his first shot, knocks it down, plus the foul.
Good start there from the Bears. Tusculum comes out in zone. In the past, they've been a primarily matchup zone team, but I heard they've been running more man this year, but obviously that first possession was zone, and the Bears were able to get it right in the middle of the lane to TJ, and he was able to knock down the shot for potential and one.
Fouls on Mitchell, who is the leading shot blocker in Tusculum program history, one of the best shot blockers in the SAC, but Naismith off to a great start. He's 20 for his last 27 from the floor. Went 4 for 4 from the free throw line on Wednesday night against Anderson. More experience, he can turn into one of the best players in the SAC and is already trending that way. There's a three-pointer for Justin Mitchell that clanks off back iron. Rebound grabbed by Tusculum and a foul on the Bears off the rebound. Is on Sal Wilson.
Offensive rebounding is going to be a key to the game. Tusculum prides themselves on rebounding the ball, especially offensively. So I'm sure the Bears put an emphasis on it during prep, and it's something they're going to have to just focus on this game and not try and battle the rebound battle to even if possible.
Yeah, the Bears are bottom 5 in the country in rebounding. It's definitely a weakness that Tusculum will try to exploit. There's a bad pass, leads to a run out for Johnson. Nifty move, and the finger roll drops. Jalen is the most natural electric scorer on this team, 14.5 points per game, but can go for 30 on any given night.
Absolutely. He's, like you said, he's had some big games, 37 to start early in the year. Capable of scoring it off the bounce, off the catch. So
good feed from Gibson leads to the 2 for Mitchell. Gibson so dangerous from the outside as well, but the reigning SAC Player of the Year distributing there. Naismith doesn't catch it clean, but is able to run it down in the corner. But Kangu can't catch the pass, and a Bear turnover. Listening to Coach Sully talk before the game, he was feeling good about where they are in their matchups with Tusculum. Naismith can give them a good performance against Mitchell, who's screening there for Gibson. And there's a foul on Naismith on Gibson.
Yeah, the Bears are trying to down or ice it or keep the ball on the one side of the floor there, but Gibson was able to just use that ball screen, and TJ was a little out of position, drew the foul there.
Gibson 23 points against Newberry. Tusculum's won 3 in a row in this series. There's a back tip for Hobbs that he can't grab. Wilson reaches in. Cooper Fowler's in the game, by the way. We didn't see him at all against Anderson. And there's a held ball. Possession arrow favors the Bears, but Fowler's been battling a bad back. It's kind of a day-to-day thing of how he's feeling on each specific day, but I talked to him earlier. He said he's feeling good today. This is a better matchup for him than Anderson was. A lot more speed on Anderson than you'll see at Tusculum. Tusculum's a little beefier down low, so it's a better matchup for Coop.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a little more size, not as perimeter-oriented like you mentioned, so Coop's able to match up with Mitchell and their other bigs a little bit better, give them the chance to play.
There's a back pass to Fowler from Wilson in the reverse layup, so instant impact for Fowler, and it's an early 5-point lead for LR. Gibson pivots, takes the elbow jumper, and knocks it down. Gets the friendly roll. He can just score in every way. He shoots from the outside, slashes to the rim. 6'4", 200-pound guard as Johnson pulls the 3. Gibson the rebound.
Yeah, Gibson isn't going to necessarily beat you with speed, but he's just got a good body, good size, gets to where he wants to get to, and usually able to get the shot he wants. So obviously we talked about it in the open. The Bears are going to have to key in on him.
Mitchell walks right there on the lane line. Brings in a D. He's another impact guy, over 10 points per game off the bench, the sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That was a big pickup in recruiting there for JT Burton. Find such a versatile guy in the front court all the way down from Florida. Lagana in the south part of the zone gets the roll off the glass.
Good job by the Bears there. Movement. Was able to create an opening in the middle of the zone. Malik took advantage of that and was able to finish using his athleticism.
KJ Crump, the point guard, 8 points per game. Freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. There's a long two that drops for William Vetter, second leading scorer on this team, 11.1 points per game, but didn't start today. Johnson doubled. But Vetter, the transfer from Virginia State, as there's a steal from Crump, but Vetter has a ton of NCAA tournament experience from Virginia State. That's a perennial NCAA tournament team in the CIAA. And there's another travel, as little bit of a sloppy start offensively for Tusculum. They've turned it over 4 times in the first 4 minutes. First media timeout sees the Bears up 3 on Tusculum on the Bears Sports Network.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
4 for 5 shooting start has seen the Bears jump out to a 3-point lead here at the first media timeout over Tusculum. Eric Bach and Blake Simmons, glad you are along with us here on the Bears Sports Network. A week before Christmas. Tim Steele off the bench, airballs a 3 from the corner. And here comes Tusculum.
Good look for the Bears there coming out of timeout.
Hard screen there from Vetter. He's the big guy, 6'8", 230 in the middle there. Gibson fades away, leaves it short.
Pretty good job there by Tim.
Johnson backdoor for the easy 2. Good feed there to Jalen, who's got 4 early points here and a 5-point Bear lead. Feed into Vetter, blocked from behind by Fowler.
Good job there by Cooper.
Nas Tyson, who struggled from the outside of late. If they can get him going, it's such a bonus. First post touch for Fowler. The defender goes down, and Coop gets the circus shot to drop. And a flop warning on Tusculum as Vetter went down. I wondered if that's what they would go with, because it didn't look like Fowler really went through Vetter there, and the big 6'8", 230-pounder just hit the deck.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was much contact there, forcing Vetter to fall down like he did. Definitely looked like a flop from this vantage point.
Second year of the flop warning in effect in men's college basketball. Gibson drives, and one official was about to call a held ball, and the other came up with foul. So they call the foul on Tim Steele, and it's a shooting foul, so Gibson will head to the free throw line.
It looked like a jump ball initially, but even if they fouled, it didn't look like he was going up. It was in a shooting motion, so interesting call there.
Gibson rattles the first one in. 79% free throw shooter for his career. 81% this year. Swishes them both. Similar start to the game as we saw on Wednesday night. The Bears jumped out to an early lead over Anderson, despite Anderson shooting 20 for 29 in the first half. Tyson nearly lost the dribble there. Sal Wilson, 18-footer. Almost got the roll off back iron, and the rebound tipped out to Vetter. Gibson cross-court pass intercepted by Tyson McLean. Didn't see him a whole lot on Wednesday night, but back in the rotation here today against Tusculum. Wilson stutter step. P.J. Joseph a short corner jumper off back iron. So the couple different lineup combos here for Coach Sully early on in the first 10 minutes of this game against Tusculum. Gibson a three. He's so good from the outside and buries that one. 17 for 33, over 50% from behind the deep line this season for the reigning SAC Player of the Year. P.J. Joseph, the transfer from Oakland in Michigan, and an offensive foul. They say he hooked as he kicked it to Steele for the open three, but
tough call there. It looked like a tough call there. I didn't think he necessarily gained an advantage there, but the ref saw a hook, and they called a hook.
So 3 early turnovers for the Bears as that missed short off the hand of Crowder. Rebound fought for and grabbed by Legist. He cleans up all the messes down low for Tusculum, and we're tied at 13. Joseph on the outside, jab step. They go one-on-one, and he loses it on the way up. Gibson, 3-on-3, all the way to the rim, gets bumped, no call, offensive rebound, and it stays with Tusculum as TJ Naismith and Malik Lagania will come back in, along with Crump for the Pioneers. But up and down we go, but they're obviously willing, Tusculum that is, to keep Vetter one-on-one with the two post guys, Joseph and Fowler for LR. Vetter a touch, has the size matchup here against Wilson. Gets into the lane, but Wilson gets his hand in there, and then blocked by Naismith. Good help defense there from TJ. Lagania slashing to the rim, misses. Might have gotten partially blocked, and now here comes Tusculum. Joshua Scott in the game, and he turns it over. Nas Tyson lays it in. Up and down we go. Bears back in front.
Good job by Nas there, reading the eyes. Jumping that pass lane led to an easy layup.
Nas is the leading rebounder on this team. He's only 6'1". After 3 straight double-digit games, has only combined for 13 in his last 3. Kick to the corner. Legist will take the 3 and miss it. Rebound fought for and grabbed by Lagania. Here he comes. Wilson, floater for Naismith. Can't get the roll. Grabs it. Up and out. And the rebound grabbed by Tusculum. Naismith looked like he might have gotten fouled there on the initial alley-oop, but no call, and we play on.
Good job pushing in transition. Got an easy alley-oop attempt. Just rimmed in and out for TJ there.
Legist one-on-one with Naismith. Pivots some more, and gets the hook shot to drop.
Pretty good D by TJ there. Made him shoot it over it. Good job. Nice hook shot there from Legist, but I think if you're the Bears, you live with that kind of shot from Legist.
Lagania just outside the elbow, off the glass. Did he call it? Doesn't matter. Bears back in front. Malik had a good game. He's had a good stretch of games. He's been shooting at around 75% in his last 3. The open 3 for Jalen Crowder, the Asheville native, tickles the twine.
Unfortunate bounce there. Bears battling down low. Way to get the deflection. Just got on the floor. But Tusculum was able to get it to one of the better shooters in Jalen Crowder. And
Naismith can make this shot. Misses it short.
Good look from TJ there from our vantage point. Look, it was right on line, just a little bit short.
1 point lead for Tusculum in a back and forth first half. Joshua Scott, one of the role players for Tusculum, dumps it off to Legist, who runs over the defender, but a blocking foul called as Tyson was inside the restricted area. And the bucket goes for Legist, and that will take us to the under 12 media timeout. So the old-fashioned three-point play opportunity coming up for Tusculum. They've got their largest lead of the game at 3 with 9:20 to go in the first half on the Bear Sports Network.
Emergencies don't wait. Get to the hospital. Accidents happen. Get well soon. When it hurts to move forward, tackle your pain. Don't make your health wait. See your doctor. Your health means everything.
Back here at the Shoe, just over 10 minutes gone in this first half. 3-point lead for Tusculum over Lenoir-Rhyne. 8 for 18 to start from the floor for the Pioneers. 8 for 17 for the Bears, but LR is yet to make a three. Tusculum has 2 threes. And 1 free throw coming for Inadi Legist. Sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, averaging 10 points, 4 rebounds per game, over 50% from the floor, but misses the free throw. Cooper Fowler the rebound. Fowler, Johnson, Kangu, Tyson, and Marcus Owens-Castrillo gets some run here in the first half. Tyson on the lane line, almost traveled. Hands it off to Kangu with 3. Off back iron. Bears got to get him going from the outside. He'd been in double figures the previous 3 games before the Anderson loss, but only 2 points that night and scoreless here today. Crump lost it on the way up. They're giving Legist the 3 and he doesn't take it. Mitchell surrounded. Legist does take the 3 this time and he knocks it down.
Yeah, I think the Bears are going to make him make 1 or 2 before they really start guarding him out there. That's not really Legist's game.
He leads all scorers with 9 points here in the early going. Kangu on the drive. Got buried under the basket, but laid it in off the reverse into the chest of Crowder. Might be a good confidence booster there for Kevin to get his offensive mojo back. Him and Johnson have been the 2 most consistent guys offensively for the Bears thus far. Crowder off the screen. Screen and roll leads to the missed layup for Mitchell. Ball is tapped around and grabbed by Kangu and almost stolen back. Kevin on the push. Gets in the lane, and the Bears will reset. Good decision there for Kangu not to force it. Johnson looking for a screen from Fowler. Coop can make this shot. Doesn't this time, and the rebound to Tusculum. Back cutting, and a block shot from behind from Johnson as Joshua Scott got a step.
Good effort by Jaden there after getting deep back door to get that block shot, save the Tusculum points for the Bears.
Good defense there by Crump to tip that one out of bounds. And that takes us to the under 8 timeout. Got some good flow to the game going right now. Tusculum hasn't scored in just under 2 minutes, but the Bears aren't exactly shooting it great from the outside. 0 for 5 from 3. 4-point Pioneer lead when you come back to the shoe.
Doesn't matter who you are, Everett has you covered. Proud sponsor of the LR Bears.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work, introducing True Energy Infrared Technology Socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
Spirit of LR Marching Band making an appearance here today on this Saturday, December 18th afternoon, just a week before Christmas. A dreary, rainy day in Hickory. And after a fast offensive start for both teams, things have cooled off these last few minutes. 4-point Tusculum lead over Lenoir-Rhyne. Johnson off the inbound, fades away from the short corner. This is short, rebound to Gibson. Gibson got a little break for the last few minutes. Maybe that's why Tusculum's been a little stagnant offensively, but the reigning sack player of the year back in the game now. Off the bounce, kick to Crowder. Already has 1-3, knocks down a second. And Tusculum's fourth three-pointer of this first half extends the lead to 7.
That's his MO. He went to junior college at Caldwell Tech, not far down the road, and when he was there, he started that as his MO and has continued here today in this game.
Fowler almost traveled and then turned it over. Gibson pushing. Gets cut off, but is undeterred to the rim. So big and strong. Just 6'4", 200 pounds of muscle. This is the largest lead of the game for Tusculum. Johnson crossover. Good defense by Crump to get his hand on the ball. And Hobbs runs it down. Already 6 first half turnovers and an offensive foul there on Gibson. Called by the official on the near side.
Good job by Mo there. Anticipating the move right and stepping in front of Gibson and drawing that charge.
Looked like a good call as reinforcements come in for the Bears. Naismith, Lagana, and Wilson all back in. The starting 5 on the floor right now for LR, along with Johnson and Kangu. Back to zone for Tusculum. Kangu step back from the wing, spins out. Got to see one of those go down if you're Kangu.
Yeah, it'll be good for him to see one of those go down here soon, especially if they're going to play zone.
Gibson turned it over, but that was forced by Johnson in the passing lane. And the scoring drought has reached 3 minutes for LR here in the latter stages of the first half. 13-2 run for Tusculum over 5 minutes. Naismith spins, gets to the rim. That's TJ's game there to that right shoulder. And he ends the scoring drought for the Bears. Wilson reaches in, gets a hand on the ball. It's loose, but ends up back in the hands of Tusculum. Gibson gives it off to Hobbs in traffic. Lays it in. Hobbs coming off a 22-point performance in a 16-point win over Newberry. Got Tusculum back on track. This is an NCAA tournament team from a year ago. Johnson, head and shoulders pass, but a foul. Push from behind there, they say, on Mitchell. And JT Burton, who's normally pretty reserved on the sideline, can't believe it.
Yeah, pretty good. Good job tackling the rim by Jalen there, putting pressure on the refs to call a foul. Looked like a pretty clean block from here.
Take
but
a look at the replay. I think they called that right arm in the back. It was a clean block, but enough of the body to draw a whistle. Only the third foul on Tusculum here at the 4.5-minute mark of the first half. But that's 2 on Mitchell, who will come out. Mitchell, that changes things defensively for Tusculum because Mitchell just bothers every shot. As I mentioned earlier, the all-time program leader in block shots as Johnson knocks down both free throws. Jalen 85% from the line, basically automatic. Lead is back to 7. Wilson has been on Gibson for the majority of this first half. That's a better size matchup. Wilson's a bigger guard against the really big guard in Gibson. Off the screen, Mitchell probes. Cross-court pass. Crowder knocks down his third three-pointer of this first half, and none of them have even grazed the rim.
Yeah, Crowder is off to a hot start shooting it. Good job by Sal there, using the early ball screening into the hole for a lay-in to kind of stop that momentum Tusculum had going after Crowder's third three of the first half.
Sal's been in double figures in his last 2, 12 points on Wednesday night. That was a bad pass in the corner, grabbed by Naismith. Johnson will reset after the turnover. Behind the back, shake and bake. Gives it off. Wilson, a free throw line jumper off back iron. See if Tusculum tries to get some early offense. Post touch for Vetter. Doubled. Gibson, that one never had a chance off his hand, and the rebound to Johnson. Lagania left open, opts to give it to Naismith, who gets fouled. Hobbs got a lot of the ball, but enough of the arm to draw the whistle. And that will take us as we take a look at the Spangler. Back here inside the shoe, under 4 timeout, 8-point lead for Tusculum over Lenoir-Rhyne. Eric Bach and Blake Simmons. Glad you're spending part of your late Saturday afternoon with us here on the Bear Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing. Lenoir-Rhyne yet to make a 3 in this game, 0 for 6 from behind the deep line. That was part of the problem in the loss to Anderson, just by 3 points on Wednesday. Didn't make a three-pointer after halftime, Blake. Feels like the Bears are close, but they just got to see some shots fall.
Yeah, the 5 threes for Tusculum. 0 for LR so far, so they got the 15-point advantage in that regard. And then Tusculum's got some contributions off the bench, 20 points to the Bears' 6. But the Bears have got 18 points in the paint compared to Tusculum's 8, which coming in the game, you probably, if you saw those numbers, would be a little surprised.
Yeah. Naismith hits both free throws. He's 3 for 3 from the line and leads the Bears with 7 points. Tusculum's 4 for their last 5 from the floor. So they've held on to this 6 to 8 point lead throughout most of this first half. Here's Vetter. Working on Joseph to the hook shot, left it short. Good defense there by PJ to box out and grab that rebound. Here's another guy the Bears have got to get some more offense from, Tim Steele, who they expected coming into the year to have a big part of this offense, but just hasn't happened for him so far. Tyson slipped off the bounce, kicks it out. Joseph takes an open 3. Clanks it off back iron. Lagania fights for the ball, but it ends up in the hands of Justin Mitchell. Oh. Joseph stripped it, and it's a Bears steal. Tyson an open 3. Can they get one? Not this time. Joseph fights, but was outnumbered on the boards there, and Tusculum's able to clear it.
Good look for the Bears there for Nas Tyson and PJ battling on the boards. That's why I was able to come up with that offensive rebound.
9 first-half points for Trenton Gibson, second leading scorer in the SAC, just under 22 a game. So right about on his pace. Tyson on him right now. We've seen about 4 different defenders on him so far, and Joseph whistled for the foul there as he reaches around Vetter. Only the 6th team foul on LR. Tusculum only has 4 team fouls here with 93 seconds to go before halftime. Second foul on Joseph as Jalen Johnson will come back in for Tyson, but PJ, the transfer from Oakland University in Michigan, has been seeing more meaningful minutes in these last few SAC conference games. Deep three, little bit of a heat check there for Crowder as he's made 3 threes here in this first half and a foul on the rebound on Joseph, so picks up numbers 2 and 3 in a matter of about 4 seconds of game time. And bonus free throws coming for William Vetter. Vetter just a massive human being, 6'8", 230 pounds, native of D.C., came to Tusculum from Virginia State, which I mentioned earlier is a perennial NCAA tournament program, played in 3 separate tournaments for the Trojans in the CIAA, and is averaging over 11 a game this year for JT Burton, shooting over 50% from the field. Not a great free throw shooter, only 62% for his college career.
Yeah, Vetter gives Tusculum a little different look down low. He's more of an offensive-oriented guy as opposed to Brandon Mitchell, who controls the defensive end, like you mentioned earlier. So it's just a little bit different look. When he comes into the game at the 5, they can run offense through him a little bit more than they would with the Brandon Mitchell, the starting 5 this game.
It's a good 1-2 punch, though, as Vetter misses way short on the second free throw. Still zone defense for Tusculum. As you mentioned earlier, they're known for that matchup zone. They feed Fowler, deep catch. Looked like he got hit, but he muscled it in anyway.
Good job by Coop there, fighting for space right in the middle of that zone and finishing through the contact.
Bears are different offensively when he is contributing. That bat can stay healthy. Who knows what the ceiling is for this Bear team. Legist, a little shake and bake there for the lay-in. He's into double figures now with 11. Lead is 7, about a 15-second difference between game and shot clock. Dribble handoff back to Johnson. Jalen gets a screen from Fowler. Open 3 for Kangu, and he gets one to drop. First 3 of the game for the Bears comes at a big time. Kevin Kangu's a good 3-point shooter. He's just been on the struggle bus recently, but that one was pure.
Yeah, good sign for Kevin and the Bears with him able to get that good look off of the Spain pick and roll action by LR there.
And that ends the first half on a Tusculum turnover. So a good end to the half for the Bears. They finally get a 3-pointer to drop. As you take a look at the replay, Crowder came to challenge that late, but that's a shot the Bears need Kangu to make, and he does there. And all in all, Blake, if you're Coach Everett Sullivan for the Bears, you got to feel pretty good about that first half for his team.
Absolutely. Good finish there with a 3 and then a turnover by Tusculum, able to cut it within 4. I think it was as much as 9 maybe in this first half. So anytime you're able to get it to within 4 or 1 possession at halftime after a slow shooting start, Coach Sullivan's got to feel good about that.
Got a good one brewing down the stretch here on this Saturday before Christmas. Pioneers by 4 as we've reached halftime back in 15 on the Bear Sports Network.
This once-in-a-generation project will give student athletes an advantage and position Lenoir-Rhyne as a leader in academics and athletics.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Emergencies don't wait. Get to the hospital. Accidents happen. Get well soon. When it hurts to move forward, tackle your pain. Don't make your health wait. See your doctor. Your health means everything.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Doesn't matter who you are, Everett has you covered. Proud sponsor of the LR Bears.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work, introducing True Energy infrared technology socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Second half about 90 seconds away here inside Schuford Gymnasium on this presentation of the South Atlantic Conference on the Bear Sports Network. Eric Bach, Blake Simmons, glad you're with us. 4-point lead for Tusculum at the break. And Blake, the stats are about even. Both teams shot in the 40s. The Bears got their only 3 of the first half with about a minute to go from Kevin Kangu. It feels like they're going to have to make a few more outside shots in the second half if they want to beat a good Tusculum team here today.
Absolutely, 1 for 9. I don't see them doing that again in this second half, which should be an encouraging sign.
Right.
As they start to shoot a little bit better. Obviously, it's a 4-point game, so like you said, the stats are pretty much even. The ones that stuck out to me were 10-4 points off turnovers and LR advantage, and then 20-10 in the paint. I think they probably emphasized rebounding again. It's 21-12 right now. Tusculum had 6 of them. They didn't burn LR with those 6 offensive rebounds, only 3 second chance points, but it's something you got to stay consistent with because Tusculum, that's the emphasis all game for them. So as coming out of half, they just got to stay consistent in terms of rebounding the ball, being disciplined defensively, and like you said, I expect more shots to fall here in the second half than did in the first half.
Bears forced 11 Tusculum turnovers, too, which is a pretty uncharacteristic half for them. Tusculum, that is. They're top 3 in the SAC and fewest turnovers per game, along with LR. It's 2 of the best 3-point defenses in the conference and 2 of the best turnover teams in the conference. So a lot of strength on strength colliding here as we're about to roll in the second half. Tusculum gets the first possession. Bears held Trenton Gibson, who's got the basketball right there, 33 in black, to 9 points in the first half on 3 of 6 shooting from the floor. Still had a couple of free throws, and it's immediately another turnover. Sal Wilson, the steal, slashes to the rim, and then turns it over himself. Good defense there by Justin Mitchell to bother him. So 2 turnovers, 1 for each side in the first 15 seconds of this second half. KJ Crump out there on the wing. Gets a screen from Mitchell, who went off at about the 4-minute mark in the first half with 2 fouls, so back out there now. Gibson bothered. Cross-court pass. Hobbs an open 3. Left it way short at the end of the shot clock, but it hit the rim, and a fresh 20 for Tusculum.
Good defense initially there, getting that ball out of Gibson's hands. He skipped it. Bears just weren't able to secure that defensive rebound. Tusculum gets another chance.
Crump's shot got blocked, but following it up with the dunk is Mitchell. Bears, we mentioned the rebounding struggles at length, both today and on Wednesday night in the Anderson game. Give up an extra chance point there. Pick and roll. Naismith counted in a foul. Easy there for TJ on the screen and roll. And that's his second and 1 of the game. Take a look at the replay. Just a little 2-man game with Naismith and Johnson there.
Good job by LR executing early in this first half and getting that, like you said, that pick and roll basket. Wasn't able to convert that 3-point play.
PJ leads the Bears with 9 points. Now 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Open 3 for Gibson. Way short. Ball is saved in the corner by Mitchell. What an extra effort there from him. Gibson in the lane. Shot fake with the left hand. Doesn't get the roll. And the ball goes back to the Bears as both Gibson and Mitchell couldn't corral that offensive rebound.
Like we mentioned, coming out of break, out of the half, that's 2 offensive rebounds for Tusculum and almost a third right there. Bears fortunate it just got knocked out of bounds by Tusculum, but something they got to focus on if they want to give themselves the best chance to win here tonight.
Lagania thought about a shot at the elbow and opted for that circus shot that wasn't close. Hobbs, who's also one of those stretch forwards for Tusculum, can shoot it from the outside, and Naismith gets whistled for the foul there on the reverse layup attempt by Mitchell. That's the second on TJ. P.J. Joseph has 3 fouls for the Bears. He's the only one in real foul trouble as you take a look at the Spangler replay. Just a little bit of contact on that left arm there. Mitchell with a ugly-looking first free throw that clanks off the left iron. Just over 50% from the foul line this year is Mitchell, and he sinks the second, the senior from Virginia Beach. Great find from Johnson to Lagania through contact. Can't get the roll.
Good look there, breaking the press. Malik was able to get to the rim. Wasn't able to finish over Tusculum player there.
Had the numbers as Sal Wilson gets whistled for the 10-1-4 foul, as they say. As a line change coming onto the floor right now for the Bears. 4 new players, Fowler, Tyson, McLean, and Steele. Johnson, the only LR player that stays. Gibson had an open 3 and decided against it. Gets into the lane. Reverse shot drops. He's just so crafty around the lane, pardon me.
Yeah, it looked like he could have took that first shot off the stagger screen, but decided against it and was able to get to the rim and finish.
Johnson thought he got fouled there. No call. Gibson's into double figures with 11 now, by the way. And here he comes again. Bumped by Steele. Let's see if they call this a shooting foul or not. And it is a shooting foul, they say. So Gibson heads to the line where he's over 80%, including 2 for 2 today. $17 points in the only meeting between these teams last year for Trenton. Not a great shooting night for him. 6 for 15 from the floor that night. It was an 11-point Pioneer victory up in Greenville, Tennessee. Cooper Fowler had 6 first-half points in his return. Been battling a bad back. Steele cutting back door, gets fouled, and will head to the free throw line. Looked like he had a chance to just go up right away with that, but waited a second and drew the contact on Mitchell.
Yeah, good cut there by Tim after the catch by Jalen in the high post, and that's what shot blocking will do. It'll make you second guess, but I think Tim knew what he was doing. Just give him a little shot fake, making Mitchell, drawing Mitchell into the air, and then going right to his chest to get the free throws.
Missed the first. That's the 3rd foul on Mitchell, who will come out. But Legist, who had 11 first-half points, comes back in for him. I think that they had the score backwards there. I think they gave that point to Tusculum instead of LR. I think the score is 43-35. And they're fixing it right now. Legist fades away from Fowler and gets the shot from the block to drop. There, now they fix the score. Oh boy, now it's really broken. Fowler an open 3 from the corner. Too long. Danger time here for the Bears now. Don't want to let this deficit get too big. It was 4 at halftime. It's grown to 8. Gibson going down there was McLean. The shot missed. The rebound to Naz Tyson. Tyson McLean, whose most memorable moment of the entire season is Steele will take an open 3 and miss it. But McLean had that ill-advised 3-point attempt at the end of the Wingate game that he knocked down. There's an offensive foul as Justin Mitchell went right through the chest of McLean, but Bears were up 2, trying to just bleed the clock out. McLean took an open 3 and knocked it down. That was, by all accounts, pretty ill-advised, but it worked out. The lead is 10 right now for Tusculum as we head to the under 16 of the second half, right here on the Bear Sports Network.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
15.5 to go here inside Schuford Gymnasium. 10-point lead for Tusculum over Lenoir-Rhyne. Been kind of a cold shooting start in the second half for both teams. Tusculum 3 for 9 from the floor in this second half. Bears 1 for 6, but Tusculum also has 3 points from the free throw line and have extended their 4-point halftime lead to a 10-point lead here. Just under 15.5 to go. Pioneers extend a little bit of full court pressure, but the Bears don't have any trouble with it. Back into that zone. Naismith turns around, dumps it off to Fowler, reverse layup, sinks it. That's his second shot just like that tonight. And Cooper Fowler has 8 points.
Good job by TJ catching in the middle of that zone, facing and finding Cooper. Was able to finish with that reverse layup against their size.
6'11". He's pretty automatic once he gets it where he wants it. Vetter thought about a 3, gives it off to Gibson, who gives it back to Vetter. Perfectly done there for the 2 vets on this Tusculum team. Especially against the zone. It's going to take some threes to beat Tusculum. There's a bad miss there from Johnson off the right iron. Give off to Vetter, who steps into it straight away. Misses right, rebound to Johnson. Jalen looking to push the issue, behind the back, in the lane, off the glass. Too strong, and now here comes Tusculum the other way. Crowder, who had 3 first-half three-pointers, gets that one tipped out of bounds by Nas Tyson, as Kangu will come back in for him.
Good job by Nas there. Good hustle. Get back in that play. Force a knock it out of bounds to get Bears defense set.
Sal Wilson comes back in for the Bears as well, and Joshua Scott played 7 minutes in the first half for head coach JT Burton and the Pioneers in. The junior from Pompano Beach, Florida. Gibson off a screen in the corner, gets doubled, gives it off to Vetter. Kick open 3 for Legist. He knocks it down. The big guys are making threes for Tusculum. They're hard to beat.
Yeah, that's the second one for Legist tonight. Like you said, if they're able to knock those shots down, just adds another layer to the offense.
Wilson's floater sinks, and a timeout for the Bears right after that one. But Sal got into the soft spot in that zone there, right in the middle of the lane. Should take a look at the Spangler replay. Was able to drop that one in. Coach Sully takes a timeout. We'll take it with them. Bears trail by 11 as Tusculum has heated up the past couple minutes here in the second half. From the Shoe on the Bear Sports Network.
Emergencies don't wait. Get to the hospital. Accidents happen. Get well soon. When it hurts to move forward, tackle your pain. Don't make your health wait. See your doctor. Your health means everything.
.11 lead for Tusculum over Lenoir-Rhyne here on this Saturday before Christmas inside Schuford Gymnasium here on the campus of Lenoir-Rhyne. Eric Bach and Blake Simmons. Glad you're along with us. And Blake, this offensive spurt has been fueled by Inadi Legist for Tusculum. He's got 16 points on 7 of 8 shooting.
Yeah, he's stepped up big tonight off the bench. They've got great contributions so far off the bench, 30 of their 50 points between Legis, Vetter, and Crowder.
It's another three-pointer that misses long for Crowder. The offensive rebound also misses. Ball's loose. And back to Lenoir-Rhyne as Scott was laying out of bounds when he touched it for Tusculum. Still some full court pressure here for the Pioneers. But a stop there for the Bears. Got to string together a few of those to get back into this thing. And the pass is too far for Sal Wilson. Gibson, finger roll misses. Oh, that's 1 in a million where he misses that shot.
Yeah, fortunate for the Bears there after turning it over. Gibson.
And it stays with LR as Crowder almost stole that one, but Bears have turned it over only 7 times to Tusculum's 14, but the rebounds just staggering difference. Tusculum's out rebounding LR 35-16, and that's pretty expected. Tusculum's one of the top rebounding teams in the SAC and top 40 in the country, and LR is bottom 5 in all of Division II. There's 297 teams in Division II, and Lenoir-Rhyne is one of the worst rebounding teams out of all.
Yeah, it's definitely a...
Naismith misses everything as he lost his balance there, but
yeah, like we mentioned, the rebounding battle, if we can draw even or just within a few, it'll be a big-time win for the Bears against this Tusculum team that prides themselves on rebounding the ball.
Includes 12 offensive rebounds. Open 3 off the jab step for Crump misses, and that stays with Tusculum as Kangu's not able to run down that rebound. Was bothered there by Scott. As Naz Tyson will come back in for Jalen Johnson. Give him a break. Fresh 20 on the shot clock for the Pioneers. This is Tusculum's last game of 2021. They don't play again until the new year, January 5th. So it's a long, extended break for JT Burton's Pioneers after today. They get another crack at Wingate at home this time after they lost on the road at Wingate by 17 points as Naz Tyson gets called for the reach there. And the Bears turn around. This is game 2 of a 4-game holiday homestand as Newberry will come in here just 2 days from now on Monday, the 20th, and then another game with Lincoln Memorial on New Year's Day. So we'll talk more about what's coming up for both these teams after this under 12 media timeout here from the Shoe. Still an 11-point lead for Tusculum.
Doesn't matter who you are, Everett has you covered. Proud sponsor of the LR Bears.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work. Introducing True Energy infrared technology socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
Just under 12 to go in this one. Tusculum by 11 over Lenoir-Rhyne. Eric Bach, Blake Simmons, grateful you're with us on this early Saturday evening here in Hickory. Mentioned the schedules before the break. Tusculum has such an extended break, and I know as we have an illegal screen off the inbound there for Tusculum, but if you're JT Burton, are you sure that you want to have that long of a break? I mentioned this is their last game until January 5th. That's nearly 3 weeks in the middle of the season without any game action.
Yeah, I mean, it's never ideal, but I know the Newberry game that LR is playing and the Lincoln Memorial game are rescheduled, so I think pretty much if you didn't reschedule the game in SAC conference play,
true.
that was the schedule. So
you got to find a non-conference opponent if you don't reschedule. Here's a give to Tyson in the middle of the lane. Good look there from McLean to set up Nas, and it's back to single digits. But the Tusculum women actually play Wingate on Monday. It's a bit of a scheduling quirk there. They actually play Wingate 2 games in a row as they have the doubleheader. There's another illegal screen, this one on Joshua Scott. So the last one was on Crowder. This one's on Scott. So back-to-back turnovers for Tusculum on illegal screens. Now they have 16 turnovers for the game. And the Bears just had their 8th turnover as Legist counted in a foul. He has been awesome this afternoon for the Pioneers. Wearing that Schmedium jersey. He's about bursting out of that jersey there as Naismith commits the foul, but 18 points for Legist with another free throw coming. Shattering his season scoring average of just over 10 per game, but he's 8 for 9 from the floor, normally a 52% shooter from the floor. Free throw spins out. The lead is still double digits for the Pioneers. Bears are only shooting at 1 for 12 from behind the three-point line. Got to have a few more makes here in the second half if they want to come back. McLean off the bounce. Pivots, fades, and it just misses as P.J. Joseph mistimed his jump just by a little bit.
Pretty good job there by Tyson getting into the lane with the clock running down and getting a good, decent look.
Legist going to work again. Getting anything he wants right now. He's got 20 points. Tyson kicks. Joseph, who had 3 first-half fouls, limited his minutes. Gets it back. Had an open 3, passed it up. Takes this 3 from the wing. And that ball bounces off the rim, off the shot clock, back to Tusculum. Things teetering on the brink right now for the Bears with 10 minutes to go.
Pretty good look there. He probably could have took the first look he had, just a little bit more open, but Bears are searching for offense right now.
Only 4 for 14 from the floor here in the second half after they shot it near 45% in the first half. Zone defense now for LR. Haven't seen much of that tonight. Cross-court pass to Legist. He's been the man on offense here in the second half. Good feed as they lost Scott. So now Legist getting assist. That's not a good sign for the Bears. Kangu steps into this 3. He's got his second one as they have to fix the net, but Everett Sullivan calls a timeout. Kangu can start knocking down some outside shots, maybe the Bears have a chance. Should take a look at the Spangler replay. Kevin's got 8 points. It's been a balanced scoring effort for the Bears. Kangu's got 8, Naismith with 9. Johnson, the leading scorer, only has 6. Cooper Fowler in his return with 8. Tyson with 4. Sal Wilson with 4. Lagana with 4. So no Bear offensively really sticks out, which makes sense. Only 44 points here, 30 minutes into the game. But where do you think the Bears go for some offense to make up this deficit, Blake?
Yeah, I think they'll try and get it down if TJ's in the game or PJ. They're good low post threats. And then Jalen Johnson, getting him going, trying to get him going, because if he gets hot, it can obviously change the game here down the stretch. So I can see them trying to get him a few good looks, a couple sets to get him downhill or get a shot. So like you said, Bears searching for offense. I'm sure they're talking about ways to get it, and we'll see if it pans out down the stretch.
Full court pressure here for LR. They had some success with that against Anderson on Wednesday. Forced a couple of late turnovers in that one. Crowder's dangerous from the outside. Had 3 threes in the first half. Scott, high kiss off the glass, misses. Ball is fought for and won by Tusculum. Crump's free throw line jumper misses long, but another chance for Tusculum. Bears can't buy a rebound on defense right now. Getting out-rebounded 40-17 in this game. Crowder takes a long 2 off the shot fake. Lagana clears it. Fowler running the floor ahead of him. Crump got a hand on that one to disrupt it. Wilson, crossover, spin, fade. The scoop shot misses short with the left hand, but there's just no second chance opportunities for the Bears. They have 1 offensive rebound in this game.
Yeah, Tusculum's done a great job cleaning up the glass on the defensive end and not giving the Bears any second chance opportunities. And on the other end, they're doing a good job getting second chance opportunities.
Pass was almost too hot to handle for Scott. Vetter jab step and knocks down the free throw line jumper. And this is the largest lead of the game for Tusculum at 14. Crump rips Johnson. And will reset it. 5'7", 150-pound freshman. Plays a lot bigger than he is. Takes this jumper. And the rebound to Fowler. Johnson spins, gets a step, and lays it in.
Good move by Jalen there, rejecting the ball screen. On the empty side, no defenders there to step up, and he was able to get the easy lay-in.
Jalen's got 8 points now. 5 rebounds, 6 assists, so he hasn't been up to his usual scoring clip, but he's done it in other ways. He and Fowler both have 5 rebounds for the Bears to lead the team. 4 to shoot for Crump. Vetter has to take a 3 from the wing, and he knocks it down. Like I said earlier, Tusculum is hard to beat when the big guys are knocking down threes, and that's been the case here in the second half.
It certainly has. And
Johnson will take this 3, clanks it, but back to the big guys shooting threes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, if they're making threes, I mean, they can shoot it from every spot on the floor. It just makes them that much more difficult to guard on the defense end of the floor for the Bears.
Vetter doesn't shoot a ton of threes, but he's a 33% shooter for a guy of his size is quite good as Kangu gets called for the reach-in foul there on Mitchell. That's the 6th on the Bears. So Tusculum shooting bonus free throws the rest of the way. That will take us to the under-8 media timeout. Biggest lead of the day for Tusculum is 16 points here. 15 points. I can't do my math here at the under-8 timeout from the Shoe on the Bear Sports Network.
Moret Stadium is an iconic part of LR athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Things teetering on the brink right now for Lenoir-Rhyne here against Tusculum. 6.5 to go, 15-point lead for the Pioneers is the largest of the game. Eric Bach, Blake Simmons. Glad you're sticking with us here on this Saturday early evening for South Atlantic Conference Hoops here on the Bear Sports Network. Presented by MBA Roofing. Tusculum basketball out of the timeout. We really haven't heard much from Trenton Gibson here in the second half. It's been the role players for Tusculum that have gotten the job done, including this man right here, Hobbs.
Yeah, he had a couple quick buckets to start the half, but since then it's been quiet. And you see another Tusculum offensive rebound. I mean, the rebounding number's 42-19. The Bears just haven't been killed in terms of second chance points, but it's just a little deflating when you keep giving up offensive rebounds and giving them second chances.
This man heading to the free throw line has been the man for Tusculum here in the second half. Inadi Legist, 20 points for the game, 9 for 10 from the field, shooting 1 and 1 as that foul was on Kevin Kangu, his second. Legist misses the front end of the 1 and 1. Naismith the rebound. Back to man now for Tusculum. Wilson in the middle of the lane. Tough shot. Doesn't go. Rebound tipped around and cleared by Gibson. And a bad pass. That one stays with Tusculum. That would have been a turnover if Kangu didn't have his hand on it, but a lucky break there for the Pioneers.
Yeah, Pioneers fortunate there. Kevin wasn't expecting it just like Tusculum wasn't.
Bears haven't scored in over 2 minutes, as we're reaching danger time here for LR. And JT Burton will call a timeout, probably to draw up a play here out of the inbound. We'll take it with him. 5.5 to go, 15-point lead for the Pioneers over the Bears.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
5.5 to go. 15-point lead for Tusculum over Lenoir-Rhyne here inside the shoe. And Blake, I know you make your own luck, but it certainly feels like just about every bounce has gone Tusculum's way here in the second half, as Marcus Owens-Castrillo gets whistled for that foul on Gibson, who will head to the free throw line for the bonus.
Yeah, Marcus tried to beat him to the spot there just a little late. A little too much contact, sending Gibson to the free throw line, trying to get his 14th and 15th points of the night.
4 for 4 from the stripe today, now 5 for 5. Hasn't been one of his eye-popping offensive days, but games like this show you why he is the SAC Player of the Year, because he's done it in so many other ways. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, has been super disruptive on defense, and showing you why he's one of the best, if not the best players in this entire league, and one of the best players in all of Division II.
Yeah.
Johnson crossover, stops. Should have just shot it. Oh, it almost went in off the deflection. That would have been crazy, but back to Gibson. You had something to say about him?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he's just showing why he's one of the best players in the conference. And in Division II, he's impacting the game, not necessarily with his scoring right now, even though he has 15 points. But like you said,
it's been a quiet
boards.
15.
Yeah, 7 boards, 5 assists. Just kind of letting the game come to him, getting it to his teammates that are hot, like Legist, and obviously it's worked out so far with the 63-46 lead for Tusculum.
And his pace is just what sticks out to me the most. He's never gets going too fast. Always just running the show for the Pioneers. Here he has it with 6 on the shot clock. Off the screen, good defense from Castrillo. Has to dump it off. The short corner jumper misses. Steal the rebound and a pass up ahead to Kangu, who runs it down, but stepped out of bounds right in front of his own bench.
Good idea from Tim there. Just threw it a little too far ahead of Kevin, but would have had an opportunity for a transition bucket.
No Bear in double figures scoring-wise. Naismith has 9. Kangu and Johnson both have 8, and along with Fowler. But going to need somebody to carry the scoring burden if you want to beat teams like Tusculum. And there's another offensive rebound for the Pioneers. That is their 18th offensive rebound of the game, and they're more than doubling up the Bears in that category. Vetter going to work, fades away off the block, doesn't get the roll. Gibson the offensive rebound, gets partially blocked, but another offensive rebound that gets swiped away by Johnson. Behind the back and gets fouled. That's a good foul there by Justin Mitchell to prevent the run out for Jalen Johnson. The 6th team foul on Tusculum, so bonus the rest of the way for the Bears, and that takes us to the under 4 timeout. Time ticking away for LR on this Saturday afternoon from the shoe.
Emergencies don't wait. Get to the hospital. Accidents happen. Get well soon. When it hurts to move forward, tackle your pain. Don't make your health wait. See your doctor. Your health means everything.
Back here in the shoe, 3:54 to go. Lenoir-Rhyne trying to break a nearly 4-minute scoring drought. It's at 3 minutes and 47 seconds right now. Heard JT Burton, Tusculum head coach, in the timeout just yelling, finish, finish to his team. See if the Pioneers can do it. Man-to-man defense. Johnson thought about the step-back 3, but now gets hounded by Legist and then turns it over. Steal for Justin Mitchell. And Gibson will walk it up the floor. Game 2 of a 4-game homestand for LR. Three-pointer put back there for Jacob Hobbs. Off the long miss. And Hobbs letting the Bears know about it.
Yeah, Tusculum able to get another offensive rebound that time with a putback dunk.
Johnson fades away. Bears can not buy a three. Kangu has the only 2 threes of the game for LR, 1 in each half. But they're 2 for 16 for the game from three-point land. Tusculum, meanwhile, 7 for 21. Now 7 for 22, and there's a rebounding foul on Legist as he discarded his defender. And that is the 7th team foul on Tusculum. So bonus coming up for the Bears. I think it's Lagania that will shoot the free throws. It is. Malik hasn't shot a free throw today. He was 1 for 8 from the free throw line going into the Anderson game, and then was 4 for 4 in that game. And hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Jalen Crowder will come back in for the Pioneers. He's got 3 threes in this game, all of them in the first half. The Asheville native. Lagania splits the pair. Transfer from Coastal Carolina. Spent most of the preseason hurt. Hardly participated in preseason practice at all. So just now coming into form as far as conditioning goes. And he has been a steady presence offensively these past few games for the Bears. Legist too strong, but another offensive rebound. Gibson misses. He's missed 2 bunnies in this game, and I would hazard a guess to say that he hasn't missed 2 bunnies in a game the whole year, maybe his whole career.
Yeah, I don't seem to remember any bunnies missed against us in the past.
That's more than a bunny there, just a defensive breakdown on the back end, and Legist slams it down. The lead is 20 for the first time. Lagania drives baseline and throws it down himself. Timeout, LR. There's that explosiveness that they know that Lagania brings, and now that he's finally getting healthy, it's showing itself even more. So, minute 41 to go, 18-point Tusculum lead. Bear timeout, we'll take it with them on the Bear Sports Network.
Doesn't matter who you are, Everett has you covered. Proud sponsor of the LR Bears.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work, introducing True Energy infrared technology socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
Final minute 41 here on this Saturday on the Bear Sports Network. Tusculum a couple of minutes away from sweeping the doubleheader today here in Hickory. Women's game was a 10-point Pioneer victory. And right now the men's game looking like it's going to be more than that as some subs have come in for the Pioneers. That's Makai Olden. Kobe Funderburk has also come in for Tusculum for the first time. There's another bucket for Legist.
I don't want to speak out of turn, but I have to imagine he's getting close to a career high, if not a career high tonight for Legist.
Lagania blocked. And a timeout called for substitution purposes for J.T. Burton as Zach Dixon, the junior from Charlotte, will come in. Steele also back in, along with Elijah Shabazz, who started the Anderson game, but this is the first time we've seen him today.
Yeah, I think the staff was trying to go with a little different look with Malik, a little more athleticism. So Elijah just kind of got pushed out of the rotation tonight.
An offensive foul there on Funderburk, getting himself into the scorer's book. 34 seconds to go. .24 points is a career high for Legist. Previous career high was 20. So he has been a catalyst offensively, especially in the second half.
Absolutely.
For the Pioneers.
He's had a great day. The bench has really had a great day for Tusculum overall. Legist obviously leading the way, but then Vetter and Crowder coming off the bench to contribute as well.
It's Mason Bierster in the game for the first time as Steele misses too strong. An offensive rebound for Owens Castrillo, but he turns it over, and that will do it. Only a 4-point lead at halftime for Tusculum, but a business-like second half gives the Pioneers a convincing 20-point road win here, sending them into a long break, feeling pretty good about themselves.
Absolutely. It's always good to go into Christmas break or any type of break coming off a win as opposed to a loss. So, like you said, they got a long break. They got to try and stay in shape on their own and come back and take on one of the top teams in the conference. It'll be a top battle with the Wingate when they get back. And obviously the Bears have Newberry Monday, so it's a chance for them to bounce back and get a win like Tusculum did here and going into the break with a little different feeling.
Yeah, it's a very quick turnaround against Newberry right back here on Monday night here at the Shoe, and feels like that game is really important for the trajectory of the Bears season because they came into today with two just as razor-thin losses in overtime by 2 at Catawba and then by 3 to Anderson where they had a shot at the buzzer to tie the game. And then this, they got thumped in the second half today by a really good Tusculum team. But it feels like this Newberry game can kind of turn the season one way or the other. And it's a very winnable game. Newberry has been struggling of late, lost by about the same margin to Tusculum and has been getting beat up pretty good in SAC conference play. So we'll see if the Bears can bounce back. Blake and I will be here for it on Monday night, or Monday afternoon. We hope you are as well. For the Blake Simmons and the rest of our crew working on the weekend in the holidays. Eric Bach saying so long from Shuford. Tusculum sweeps the Hoops doubleheader today in Hickory.